deals with devil worship and satanic beliefs. It contains explicit scenes and descriptions of violent crimes and rituals. Because of the program's theme and controversial subject matter, parental discretion should be exercised.
Don't you want devoted followers who leave their families for you, give their money to you, give their bodies to you, give up their lives for you, consider you God, and will kill for you?
That which is good is bad, and that which is bad is good.
Parents, they go Satanism, their kids, it's killing their kids. It's not killing their kids, the parents are screwing up in the beginning.
The murder was because it was a, how do I say this so that you can understand it? It was a sacrifice to prove allegiance to Satan, to prove my hatred towards society and everything.
In 1987, the family-owned McMartin preschool would be on the receiving end of an accusation that shook the world. What would later be known as the United States' most expensive case got its origin when a woman named Judy Johnson accused her son's preschool of molestation, sacrificing animals, and doing other satanic rituals. This sparked a countrywide frenzy of accusation and neighbor versus neighbor that was reminiscent of the Red Scare and McCarthyism. This case opened the Pandora's box that was the Satanic Panic.
They hurt my baby!
I did not sexually molest those children. Show me on the doll where they touched you.
While it's nearly common knowledge to those outside the tinfoil hat community that Ray Buckey and Virginia McMartin were innocent, the reason the case became so controversial has to do with the staggering 360 children who were coerced into admitting that they were molested. Key McFarland, the director of the Children's Institute International, was in charge of interviewing the children. She used puppets to lure children into admitting that they were touched and involved in sodomy. The media, broadcasting the information found by McFarland to the world, fed the fire of America's panic.
I suppose the most vivid memory I have is when, as a 3-year-old, was taken out by the railroad tracks as they murdered a hobo, and then they used certain parts of his body to initiate me. And then I became what they call the bride of Satan.
So when you were brought up in this kind of evilness, did you just think it was normal?
I've blacked out a lot of the memories I had because of my multiple personality disorder. But yes, I mean, it's like if you grow up with something, you think it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
The Satanic Panic is a phenomenon characterized by a widespread fear about the presence of satanic ritual abuse. The recent phenomenon of Satanic Panic originated during the 1970s and gained traction during the 1980s and 1990s, when a widespread belief took hold within American Christianity that a vast underground network of Satanists is in control of secular society. One thing that specifically worried people was that they thought kids and teens had exposure to Satan through music and games. If you play the song Stairway to Heaven backwards, a satanic message can be heard.
I've actually taken the exact piece of tape that you just heard it off of, and I've reverse thread the machine, and I'm going to play that exact piece of tape backwards now. Okay, just
prove that you've not doctored it in any way.
I have not doctored it in any way. And well, let's just go on.
Dungeons and Dragons has also received negative publicity in the past. This is for the alleged promotion of such practices as Satanism, witchcraft, suicide, pornography, and murder. This especially happened during the 1980s, where in certain religious groups accused the game of encouraging sorcery and the veneration of demons.
There's two different communities that use this park. One is the pagan or occultic community, and the other community is, of course, the homosexual community. Interestingly enough, they go hand in hand.
Self-righteousness, disrespect towards parents, They're common in the growing up years. They're also signs of involvement in satanic cults. Maybe you think your community is immune to these satanic crimes. Well, it's not.
Well, the religion is worldwide. We have members just throughout the world, and it's a legitimate religion. It's perfectly within the. It's legal.
There must be something wrong with you.
There must be something wrong with you.
There must be something wrong with you.
There must be something wrong with me. There must be something wrong with me.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
Indoctrinate with fear. Tell them that they could be possessed by evil spirits, or suggest that if they should ever leave, something bad could happen to them.
I'm just warning you that without us, you're liable to get into a bad accident.